Hey folks, welcome back to the channel. And a couple weeks ago, I did a 2-card wallet setup with high-end cards and paired with annual fee companion card. I'm following that up today with the mid-tier cards that I would potentially put together as a 2-card wallet video. So let's follow it up with mid-tier cards. Now, I did want to try to do like a hotel plus like a flat 2 times earning cashback card. It's a little bit difficult. I think I'll do a separate like airline plus hotel card or hotel plus cashback card or airline plus cashback card. One of the cards that I was definitely going to use was going to be the Hilton Surpass, which is a points earning demon. But when those points are worth, I don't know, a single grind of coffee to brew a 12 cup pot, like it's getting a little bit harder to do that with Hilton. Now, Hilton still fine, still a good program. I pay my cash, I get my points, I have to wait longer and longer to redeem my points. That's going to be a problem. But I still like Hilton's, so there's that. Tangent aside, I'll probably follow up with a hotel and cashback or an airline and cashback or some sort of like hotel plus airline card setup that could work and see what happens there. But today we're going to work with 2-card setups from the major issuers. Now, I did not include American Express here. We'll do those live at the end. I'm going to try and do something simple, but not one I would necessarily want to do. So we're going to do banks I definitely would choose to set up a 2-card setup from. The cards I would pick for that. And we are doing sort of the 95, 150 annual fee type cards. We're not going to go above the 150 cards yet, which made the hotel and airline setup a little bit more difficult because your best bang for your buck with airline cards is going to be those 350 cards like the United Quest and the Delta Platinum. And with hotels, like there's the Surpass, there's the IHG Premier, and then it's maybe the World of Hyatt, possibly, but like you're only using that for the 1 to 4 certificate. So without further ado, we're going to go to Rich with Points' website. Now we're using V2 of the wallet setup. A shout out to Rich because he put out a lengthy explainer video on that. I'll put that in the description as well. So we're using Rich's spend categories. I'm not going to take the time to customize it to my own budget. At some point, I'll probably start to do that and bring it over to Rich with Points and give you an idea of what my spend is. Without further ado, we're going to go to Rich with Points. And our first setup is going to be no annual fee, $95.95. So here we go. Obviously, it wouldn't be a video without me mentioning the Wells Fargo autograph and the active cash. That is wallet number 1. Wallet number 2 is the Citi Strata Premier and the Citi Double Cash. If I'm only going to spend $95 or trying not to go much further above $95, the Strata Premier is the best card to do that with because I still get AA at 1 to 1, which blows my mind. And then the final setup is going to be the Venture and the Saver. In these wallet setups, now we've got 3 more wallets, and I'll do a special 7th wallet at the end. Wallet number 1, autograph, active cash. Year 1 value is going to be $2,832 based on your spend. Ongoing value of $2,312. Now, here's the awesome thing. This is no annual fee whatsoever. You get full access to Wells's limited transfer partners. They're going to grow them at some point. I don't know what's happening. It's been a year. They've been quiet. I don't count them out just yet. With Wells Fargo rewards are valued at 1.6 cents per point here. So that's fine. Sign up bonus $520. You've got application rules, no annual fee, nothing special with airport express credits, secondary auto, which I'm a New York citizen, so I live in New York, so whatever. It's always going to be secondary. You got the cell phone coverage and not a whole lot else in terms of travel protections, in terms of credits and discounts, anything like that. You get what you pay for. You're not paying an annual fee, so you're not going to get a whole bunch of benefits. Now, the autograph is awesome. 3 times points on gas, travel, very extensive travel with the autograph because they also include transit as a secondary category to go with travel. So travel and transit there. 3 times points on streaming, 3 times points on phone services, 3 times points on cable and internet as well, if I remember correctly. The active cash, flat 2% earning card. So year 1 value, $28.32, ongoing value of $23.12. Good gardening setup, good simple setup, good starter setup. Nice way to introduce yourself to the world of points and miles. Number 2, we've got the City Strata Premier, which would be 10 times points in the portal, in the city portal for all travel associated through the portal, 3 times point on select travel categories. That's going to be hotels, online travel agencies, flights booked directly, cruises, rental cars, and I think that's about it. 3 times points on gas and EV charging, 3 times points on grocery, 3 times points on dining, 1 times points on everything else. First year value with the welcome offer is going to be $4,147. Ongoing value of $2,837, again, based off of the generic spending that Rich puts into the wallet. But $2,837, not too shabby. Sign up bonus would be $1,310 in the first year, $95 ongoing annual fee. Now, I have turned off the annual hotel benefit here. I don't necessarily love that credit. I would turn off the same for the Sapphire Preferred. Now, I would turn on the Hilton Honors $50 credits going forward, because I would stay at a Hilton at least once a quarter and pay for my night at a Hilton, or pay for something associated with a night or two at a Hilton. So there you go. You do get common carrier trip cancellation, trip interruption. You do get lost and damaged luggage. You do get trip delay insurance for benefits. So pretty good setup. It is the winner in terms of net value here amongst these three card setups. It also would have the second highest welcome offer. The highest, obviously, would be going to the Capital One Venture and the Saver card. So the Venture, not doing the Venture X here, $95, not wanting to go to $395. Yes, you can make the argument, but you get the $300 travel coupon, you get the 10,000 bonus points every year. You're netting out to coming out ahead ever so slightly. But again, it wouldn't be fair to plop in a $395 card versus a $95 card versus no annual fee cards versus $95 in other setups. So Venture it is. It does win the welcome offer with $1,588 in value. They're Capital One miles here. Simple earning structure here. 2 times points on everything with the Venture card. You got 2 times points on everything, or 2% cash back with the double cash in the other setup. So 2 times Venture miles, 3 times points on grocery and dining and entertainment with the Saver, 1 times points on everything else. There's no gas category, which kind of sucks. There's no dedicated travel categories, which is a letdown, but you can book through the Capital One portal on the Saver with entertainment for 8 times points. And on the Venture, you can do the travel portal for 10 times points with hotels and rentals, and 5 times points on flights. So not a bad setup necessarily. Again, if I'm doing a 2-card setup, these are the 2 cards in those 3 ecosystems that I would start with. There are obviously cards that you could add into the mix. You can do the Wells Fargo Attune card, get all the various 4% categories there. You can do the City Custom Cash and 5X, a select category at $500 and spend every month, pairs with the 2X everything and the 3 times categories on the City Strata Premier. Capital One would then be at a distinct disadvantage because you don't only have 2 cards to play with. So there you go. But that is the first set of 3 wallets. Now we're going to go to our next set of 3 wallets, which I had to do these. We're going to do the Wells Fargo Active Cash and the Wells Fargo Autograph Journey. Your year 1 value bumps up to $3,483. You're going to get an ongoing value of $2,323. Not terrible for $95. Still Wells Fargo. You can still access their limited pool of transfer partners. $95 across the board, so $95 here. I did turn on the airline credit here with the Autograph Journey. Booking at least 1 flight, you're good. Autograph Journey gets 5 times points with cash bookings at hotels, 4 times points with cash bookings for airlines, 3 times points on associated travel, that's cruises, online travel agencies, rental cars. No transit category, no gas category for the Autograph Journey. So I would always advocate that you pair the Autograph Journey, you get an autograph and an Autograph Journey, cover all your travel bases for no foreign transaction fees, and be good with it. Now, the Active Cash comes with foreign transaction fees. That kind of sucks, but just is what it is. Not great. Don't love it. Could be worse. Why this is valued at $420, I don't know, because you don't get that with the Sapphire Preferred. All right, next up would be the Sapphire Preferred Chase Freedom Unlimited. Bland, boring, whatever. It's the Sapphire Preferred is just for access to transfer partners. This is going to include Hyatt. This is going to include United Airlines, JetBlue for me primarily. Their full list of transfer partners would be accessible with the $95 Chase Sapphire Preferred. 3 times points on online grocery, which if you dedicated a lot of spend through Instacart can work out for you. Your 10% annual spending bonus, so whatever you get 10% of every anniversary with the Sapphire Preferred. Primary CDW if you don't live in New York. Secondary auto rental with the Freedom Unlimited. Secondary with the Autograph Journey. Complimentary fourth night at Ennismore Hotel Properties. 1.5 to 1.75 points boost. You're primarily going to be getting that 1.75 going forward, especially now with the new Sapphire Preferred. You're also going to get 5 times points on Lyft, which is cool. Travel protections, baggage delay, travel and emergency assistance services, trip delay, interruption, cancellation, insurances. Read your terms. Make sure that you book according to those terms when you're good to go. Is the Inc. Business Preferred and the Inc. Business Cash. Why not the Inc. Unlimited? Because the Inc. Business Cash gets you 5 times points on office supplies, and in this setup, I would be exploiting the ever-loving crap out of that. So you can spend up to $25,000 a year at office supply stores, 5x the thing, all the things. Do that until Chase turns that off. Business Preferred gets you Chase's travel category, which is still broader than the Sapphire Reserve now. You do get the highest year one return at $4,735, but the weakest overall ongoing value of $2,140. Now, this should not be your primary setup, but I just wanted to run with it as a setup of Chase cards. Now, here's where we're going to take things out. Everybody knows the Business Preferred. Everybody knows the Inc. Cash. Is it a setup that I would say you would do every day? No, not at all. But let's go do the American Express setup that I would do if I were to run a 2-card American Express setup. So we're going to do the American Express Green Card and the Blue Business Plus. Yep, had to include the Blue Business Plus. Year one value of $3,730. So this would be the number 2 net value in year one out of these 3 setups, but the best ongoing $2,630. Credits here would include the ongoing clear credit. You can activate that if you want. That would also bump you up to $2,829 if you so chose. You can turn that off here. That's fine. Secondary rental with both the Blue Business Plus and the Amex Green, but you can turn that into primary because you can purchase American Express's premium car rental. So there you go. Lounge Buddy credit doesn't even work anymore, so you're good to go there. No major point modifiers, travel protections, only baggage insurance and trip delay, but you do get 3 times the MR point earning on dining, 3 times the MR point earning on travel, 3 times point and transit, 3 times point earning on, those are the big ones. And then 2 times points on everything else on up to $50,000 to spend. There you go. That is the last 2-card setup I would do. So we've got Wells, we've got Chase, we've got Citi, we've got Capital One, and we've got American Express, all covered with the 2 cards from each that I would do. But let me know down in the comments what you think of these 2-card setups. I think it's pretty solid across the board. You are making trade-offs everywhere, but you are getting what you pay for. When you pay $95, you're not going to get like huge benefits. 150 is going to become the new 95. It's just going to be a question of when these issuers go to 150 and what you're going to get for your 150. Now, American Express is already at 150 with the American Express Green Card. Chase is probably going to be the next one to go to 150 with the Sapphire Preferred. It's inevitable. We just don't know when or what they're going to do because anyway, shout out to Rich at Rich with Points. I wanted to use the new website just to do the mid-tier 2-card setups. Now, I'm going to have some other setups in mind. I'm going to put those together, and I'll try to do full card comparisons when we have the new American Express Platinum setup available and put that up against the new Sapphire Reserve setup. And man, Chase really has to come through with some additional changes at the Freedom and Sapphire Preferred because it could work. It could. I'm a madman. I know. Anyway, that's going to do it for this one. If you like what I do, hit the subscribe button down below. Check out the Stacked Points podcast that I record with Lonnie from Call Me Lonnie, RJ, and Craig. Tariq joins us on the lives when he can. Check out Bridge Banter. It's a Star Trek podcast that RJ and I do on the side of everything. Yeah, check out the pinned comment for ways to support me outside of YouTube if you'd be so inclined. 2 videos are going to pop up here. Check those out. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.